Welcome to FromZero.com. There was a question today that inspired this video. Let's go ahead and look at that question if I can remember which button. There it is. This question is awaiting a response. Oh, sorry. I read the wrong part of this. I thought it was part of the question. Okay, sorry. Moving on. So I just started paying for premium so I could continue the course. I sadly can't afford the books now. So I was wondering how I can maximize my studies and advice. I was wondering if, okay. He's looking for advice for navigating through the course. For example, do people make an activity and go to games to train? Is there anything specific that you like to do so that you can fixate on the content? Is there a place where I could go for guidance? I feel like the online books have been very fast, and since I have a hard time memorizing things, so what I do is write on a notebook what I learned, and I'm having to stop the course here and there just to read everything again. Okay, well, I'm going to give you what I think is the best way to do this. And then what I'm going to hope that people do is in the comments of this video, tell you how they're using the course, because they are students just like you and they have the same struggle as you. I'm just going to give you what I think is a great way to do it, because we're using the functions of the website to really get you through the course and have a way that you understand it. Okay. So first of all, let's go back and go to the courses. Okay. And I'm going to go to course 1, and I'm going to forgive my, I'm in an admin mode here. Give me a second. I'm going to let's just go to like lesson 6, because a lot of these earlier lessons are just super basic. And let's get to somewhere where we're actually learning things. So we'll go to like lesson 6. Okay. Let me make sure this is off. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through, and right now I have it set to Romaji mode. So I'm not sure if you're aware that we can do this, but here, when you click on your avatar up here, you can set your progressive settings. R stands for Romaji, which means it's never going to have Japanese here. P is for progressive. If I click this, you'll see some of the characters change to match the level of your reading. If I click the Ka for kana, it'll be 100% hiragana and katakana. And then if I click this kanji character G over here, it becomes all kanji mode, which is nice because it has furigana. Now, let me zoom in just to show you this feature, okay? If you're in furigana mode, you can also change the level of visibility of the furigana, and you can actually bring it all the way down to 0. This is how I would do it if I were studying using the kanji method. And then I would just hover to get, I gotta get out of that, hover to get the readings, okay? For each single one. And there's a feature where you can also make it colorized so that the kunyomi and the onyomi, or the Chinese reading and the Japanese reading, show up. If you're learning kanji, that's sometimes important, okay? But let's go ahead and put it back in Romaji mode so I can show you this, and I'll zoom back out a little bit. So what I would do is I'd go through, I'd learn the words as best as I can. I wouldn't worry too much about memorizing the words 100% here, because they're going to come up in the lesson itself over and over again. Read this, understand this, and just keep moving on. Okay, this is your first run through the lesson, okay? Always, of course, you want to be playing the sounds. Let's see, which one is that set to?
結構です。
I can't hear it, I don't have any headphones on. Let's see here.
結構です。
Is that? Oh, sorry. Not prepared to listen.
結構です。
Okay, there we go. Now, in these sounds, I'll keep these on just for a second. You can click here, okay? And these voices will all pop up.
結構です。
結構です。結構です。
結構です。
I'm pretty zoomed in right here.
結構です。
If you like a certain character, you just click heart and it'll use that character by default. So now if I'm here,
結構です。
it'll use Kaedo. A lot of people like Kaneko because she's the actual teacher, right? She's the one that answers your questions.
結構です。
She's also a human. These are AI generated. They're really good though. Let me just say that. These are really good voices. But Kaneko is the human voice. All right. You won't get this panel. This is from me as an admin. I apologize for showing you that. I probably should have not been logged in as an admin. But when you are in this mode, okay, let's say that we were reading this lesson in all kanji mode, right? If I come and I click on any sound, okay, it's going to show me the Romaji here. Okay, it's right here. but I can also set this like this. So whatever I set this to is what will be in the pop-up. So for example, I could have it flipped around where kanji is in the pop-up, okay? And I could have this in Romaji, but then when I click this, it shows that in kanji. So just changing it there will set it for every lesson. All right? Okay. So let's move on. Okay, learn the new adjectives in this particular lesson. Just listen to the sounds. You could play all.
新しい、古い、暑い、寒い、冷たい、ぬるい。
Now, what you should do is actually say them. 新しい、古い、暑い、寒い、冷たい、ぬるい. You should also click and then say it.
新しい、
新しい. Pay attention to where you're stressing, where she's stressing, okay? Make sure you say it in, like, this isn't furui, right? It's not furui, it's furui,
古い、
okay? Listen to her sound and try to replicate it. And don't feel shy about doing that, okay? There's a thing when you're learning a language, like sometimes it's easy to feel shy. Like even if you're all by yourself, you'll feel like it's cringy to try to sound like the native, but just do it. Try to have your best accent. Your accent doesn't have to be perfect though. Japanese people are going to understand you if you have a coherent sentence, okay? But you do want to sound as good as you can. So try to say it the right way. Don't be like furui if you can say furui, okay? All right. Then you're going to go to the grammar. And this is obviously the bulk of what we're trying to do in these lessons is teach you grammar. So definitely want to watch the videos, okay? The videos are designed to, it's like me explaining it to you as if we were in a class together or if we were on in a bus and I'm explaining it to you. I'm giving you examples that are not in the book or not on the website. They're all unique to the videos. And a lot of times you should read the comments here. If you click this, I believe you can go to the YouTube version.
Hello
and you can look also at the comments down here and get a lot of interesting things out of this too. The comments are good. Understanding that there's a community behind the stuff that you're learning. You know, over 500,000 books have been sold. Another 500,000 people have joined the website at one point or other. So it's definitely got a huge community behind it. So if you see what other people are doing, that also will help you when you get lost. You can also join the Discord group. If you go to LearnFZ, LEARNFZ.com. Oops, I was in the wrong position. .com/ JFZ Discord. There's a software that will pop up called Discord. Okay. You could go here, continue to Discord if you haven't done this yet. And give me 1 second. Pull that over here. All right, so here I am in the Discord. And as you can see, there are tons of members in here. Okay? So if you go in here, there's a lot of rooms, but if you go here to the Japanese area, go to the main room here, you can see people are talking only in Japanese in some areas. You can ask questions here, and a lot of people hopefully will be kind enough to give you the answer. And just be ready for some people to be a little bit clicky. I feel sometimes I get in there and it's clicky. Clicky meaning that people they're trying to be funny, and it comes off as them being aggressive sometimes to users that are brand new. But just get past that and know that they're just playing around, and they think it's a very closed group, that they're all friends, so they're just having fun. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Although I'm a kind of person that gets worried about that sort of thing. And I've told people, please be nice to the beginners, because they come in that very first time and they're not ready for the jokes, but just be ready for that. All right, back to this. So you watch the video, then you go through this lesson, okay? Do all the examples, play them all, listen to them, do what you got to do to try to learn the concepts, okay? Now, this is step one, okay? So this is an obvious step one to go through all of this, okay? Now, when you get to these Q&A, these are where you're really trying to practice all the concepts combined together into one thing, okay? So a Q&A is where you have one question and multiple possible answers, okay? That's what that's supposed to do. So go through these, and depending on what lesson or what course you're in, there'll also be conversational things. And then there's a reading comprehension where you really put all of your learning to test. And the English here is hidden, okay? But you can click this eyeball down here to view it, okay? And you could play it all. And then, now if we click next, I believe, okay, we're gonna learn new hiragana, okay? You could download this sheet here to practice writing them. They're all included with what you're getting the monthly for. You can just download these and practice writing on them. So you don't have to learn to write, but it does help to learn to write, okay? This shows you what's style is kind of a possible when you write, what's acceptable. Because, you know, when you're first learning a language, you don't know what's a sloppy version and what's like totally illegible version of a thing, okay? All right, so here's the thing. When we get to the very, very end of this lesson, okay, there's a lot of these new activities where you can come in here and you can type. So you can say, for example, what is this? B. So I want you to say it out loud, B, and you type just BI. Then you hit check. Got it. Okay. BO. Got it. Okay. I think there should be some sound coming out, but I don't hear it. And I think normally here she says it. But you keep going through this. Now, you don't have to keep going through the whole thing, but there's a lesson quiz that comes after this. But here's my recommendation. Before you get to the lesson quiz, this is the thing I want you to do. This is what I think would be beneficial. You click here and you click study mode. And it defaults to show only Japanese. Then you go back to the top of the lesson. You go to your new words and you start all over again. And now the English is hidden. And now you try to remember hoshii. Play it.
欲しい
And you say, well, what is the English? To want. So you're not you're gonna hover over it and you're gonna get the answer. You can do this for everything. Doru, dollar. En, yen. Okay? You do that whole thing. Now, when it comes to the grammar section, okay, it will keep the explanation part of it there. It doesn't hide these because you still need the explanation. But when it gets to the examples, you can see if you can apply what you learned. This is the coolest part of the whole course, in my opinion, is that you can hide these things here and just hovering gives you the answer. Okay? Now, if you get done with that, okay, go back to you don't have to go back to the beginning of the lesson to do this, but you can do it section by section if you want. But I'm a big fan of going through it all with just Japanese showing. But then when you get here, go to English only. And now you do the reverse. This is harder to do, by the way. Want, hoshii, hover. Oops, you can't have that showing. Hover and play.
欲しい
Right? And you say it before you look at it. Doru.
ドル
Nomimono.
飲み物
All right? That's what you do. Now, once you've done that, keep in mind you can always go to any part of the lesson by clicking up here. Now you can do the lesson quiz. Once you feel like you've really nailed that. You know, and of course, you know, if you're in progressive mode, you're going to see what you learned in the hiragana lesson part also. I would keep it in progressive mode. And if you already know hiragana, though, that's really irritating, so put it into kana mode. If you already know kanji or you want to really challenge yourself, do this, okay? Then, if you think, okay, I need some, before I go to the next lesson, or maybe you haven't done a lesson, you did it like yesterday or 2 days ago and you're coming back in, maybe then it makes sense. This is just my opinion. I want to hear what other people say. Then you go to the games and you play the kana typer, you play the word cafe. These are really just fancy ways to see if you remember the words, okay? That's all that is. But this is for all of course one, so keep that in mind. And this also obeys the kana ruling, okay? All right? So that's what I would do. Play the games at this point, or when you're feeling like you just want to get a little bit of a boost in and kind of see if you know the words. But remember, words are important, but grammar is really important. So make sure you know the grammar as well. All right? And as always, if you're just doing something in the background, you could pop another video up. I just released this new thing that I'll be making more of. Let me go to the YouTube channel and I'll show you. This is new. I'm going to be... We're going to take a moment. I'm going to be iterating on it, but it's just the words.
猫 猫
You know, you can run stuff like this in the background. There's only one of them so far, but I will be adding more. Okay. But that's what I would do. You know, another thing, by the way, that you could do is when you get to a lesson, this is actually good. Let me go back to that lesson 6. Let me get back to this view. Okay, we'll go back to that lesson. If you go here, you see this little question thing here? What is flow? I actually don't know what that is. That must be something for the admins. I have no idea what that is, to be fair. What I'm trying to look for is, hang on, I'm trying to look for where, let's see, if we go back to here to ask a teacher, I think this we can get to. Yeah, here we go. So if you go to course 1, you can look at questions that people have asked about course 1. So it's really good to see what people are asking. And hopefully you can find stuff within that lesson. I don't know if there's a way to filter. Oh, here it is right here. So we could filter. So we were on lesson 6, right? So we click lesson 6 and we could look at these questions that were asked about lesson 6, right? And these might be questions that you have as well. So this is another good study tool for you to use. All right. And of course, if you have a question, you can ask a question to the teacher. All right. And you can also do searches for things. All right. So that is my recommendation. Please, anyone that has done From Zero, please help him out if you don't mind. I appreciate it because you guys are experienced users of the website, whereas I already know Japanese. Tell him how you use the study mode or what you do or what your methodology is. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you. And I'll see you all on FromZero.com. Bye-bye.